I've had this Cruiser Company rear bar on the back of the Land Cruiser now for 2 years, and I betcha there are a few things that I can tell you about it that you haven't even considered. So yes, today I'm doing a review on the Cruiser Company rear bar I've got on the back of the 105 Series Landcruiser. I've had this bar on for a few years, so I'll be able to tell you what's good about it, what's bad about it, what has held up over the past few years, and whether I'd actually buy one again, because I'm pretty sure you know these bars are not cheap. Now, most people who have a four-wheel drive set up for touring run a rear bar on the back. Now, the reason why I bought one was because when I got my lift kit and went from 31 tyres, like not 31 tyres, but 31-inch diameter tyres to 33s, it just stuck out too much underneath the car and it was killing me on full driving tracks. So I went and got a rear bar and whacked it on the back, and it has solved that problem. It's been an awesome rear bar. I love it so much, but there are a few little things which I don't really like that much about it, which I will go over. But before we go into too much detail with that, I'll just go through some quick fire stats in the bar to give you an overview of it, and then we'll go into all the exciting stuff. So the main stat, I think, is the weight. The bar weighs 90 kilos with the bar, the dual jerry can holder and the spare tyre. Obviously not counting the spare tyre itself, but yeah, 90 kilos for what you see there on the back. Now, if I measure from the back of the light here to the rear bar where it sticks out the most, it is about 500 mil. Ground clearance to the bottom of the toe ball is like 370 mil. To the bottom of the bar over here, it's more like 480. And then the bottom of the actual bar is probably 580. So there's a few measurements there to let you know your departure angle at the back. And I'm not sure if you care about this one, but on the side, it sits about 610 mil from the ground. And when you're driving, you can see the rear tyre obviously in the back there through the back windscreen, and also out the side one. You can see it sticking out the side just there. Now, installing it was pretty easy, or easy enough. It does take two people though, and I did it at the time with my girlfriend, well then girlfriend, but now wife. And yeah, we got it pretty easily. It took probably a full day if you include all the wiring and the lights and all that. So it's not too hard. It pretty much just bolts straight into the existing, nut, welded nuts on the chassis, and bolts there so strong, it's actually crazy. It's so sturdy. It also has these two wing pieces that not all bars have, but they stick around the front and actually clamp around the chassis as well, so you'll not ever be able to bend this into the car. It is solid, it's staying there, and it'll take a very, very serious knock to bend this bar at all, which is really cool to see. So you can see on this side of the bar, here's the wing that mounts to the chassis at the back there. Super solid, that's had this for 2 years and hasn't bent or anything, so that's great. It's got a bit of rubber here that covers this gap between the bar and the car, just makes it look a lot nicer and finishes off really well, so that's really cool. We've got the carrier arm here, which is really solid, nice and tidy, hasn't like faded too badly or anything. It is Australian made. That's the only bad thing, is actually the Australian made sticker has faded, which is kind of sad. But yeah, Aussie made bar, which is really, really cool as well. So yeah, it is actually a really decently strong bar, which is great. One thing I really love about this rear bar is the carrier arms. Now, a lot of rear bars out there have like 2 or 3 steps to like unlatch and then unlock the arms, and it just takes a lot longer. Whereas these ones are really simple. All you do is lift this lever like that, flick this eye bolt out of the way, and that's it. Opens up just like that, and opens really nicely as well. Same for this one, lift it up, flick that out of the way, and bang, she's open. Only takes a few seconds, and yeah, opens really easily. Both arms are on gas struts, which helps them open really nicely, and they are still going strong after being on the car for a couple of years, so they are not a drama at all. Same with the tyre one, still opens, super solid after being on there for so long with a 33-inch tyre. So yeah, no issues with that whatsoever. So I'll show you how these latches work, and they're actually really simple, which is great. It's just like a friction plate kind of thing. So on the arm here, you can see this bit of metal rubs on this one, and as you close the arms, it pushes up and forces pressure on the arms. They can't just fall open. And then this eye bolt kind of latches around this hook and then locks in, and that is not going anywhere. Like, it won't even wiggle. But yeah, it's amazing how it's just a simple design, simple one movement to release it, and it has never ever failed ever. It's never fallen off when I'm on corrugations or four driving or anything. It's just solid, simple, easy, and just works, which is really, really cool. Now, I think you can tell by now that I really love this rear bar. It's strong, it's simple, it just works. It's honestly the perfect rear bar, and the fact that it's Australian made as well is just, it tops off the list. It is such a nice bar. Unfortunately though, there's nothing in this world that's actually perfect, and there are a few little tiny annoying things with this bar that you have to watch out for if you do buy one for yourself. So the first thing is to do with this whole tow bar setup. Now, when I bought this rear bar, it was the only one they made for this car. These days they have one where there's like a tow bar thing built into the actual rear bar, so you get rid of all of this stuff that's like hanging below the bar. But unfortunately for me, when I bought the bar, they didn't have that option, so I'm stuck with this Hayman & Reese tow bar bolted underneath the rear bar, which is fine, like it works alright. I tow with it occasionally, so I do need the tow bar option, but it does hit the ground a lot when I'm forward driving. It just hangs so low, and because it sticks out as well from the back of the car, it just hits the ground that often. It gets quite annoying, and yeah, it happens a fair bit. It would be alright though if I could take this whole thing off when I do a forward drive trip, but I can't do that because to get this thing off, there's 4 bolts that I need to get to, and those 4 bolts are right behind here, behind this rear bar, metal plate. So if they had like holes here to get to them, or like a slit to get to them, it'd be fine, but they don't have anything like that. So to take this whole Hayman & Reese tow bar off, I have to first take off the rear bar, the carrier arms, the tyre, take everything off, then I can unbolt this and put everything back on. So it's just not worth it for me to take the tow bar off, and so I'm stuck having it sitting around on the back of the car, hitting the ground, digging into the dirt, and pretty much destroying my departure angle. Now, it would be a great option to buy the version that they make with the tow bar built into the rear bar, because that would solve all those problems, but unfortunately I don't have that, so I'm stuck with this option. Now, the other annoying thing, which is not really the cruiser company's fault, it's more my own fault, is I learned the hard way that you can't have metal jerry cans in the jerry can holder, because the metal jerry cans on the metal carrier rubs away and scratches all of the paint off. You can see here it scratched all away and it started rusting as well. So you can only use plastic jerry cans in the carrier arm, the jerry can holder. Now that's, again, would be the same for every single rear bar you buy. Right, so it's a thing to keep in mind. Only use plastic jerry cans, or have like a bit of rubber or like a rag between the metal on the arm and the metal on the jerry can, just to stop all that rubbing. But yeah, that's one issue that you have to watch out for when you buy a rear bar. Now, the last negative thing about this rear bar is more of just a convenience thing, just me being picky, I think. But obviously, if you have a rear bar, it takes more time to get into the back of the car. That's just a given. Every single rear bar will do that to you. But it would be nice if I could just come here and undo this tyre one and open that up, and then go straight to the tailgate and open this up. Now, the only reason I can't do that is because it hits on the top part of this rear bar, like the top 5 or 10 mil, it just hits it. So if this top bit here was like 10 mil lower, it'd be fine, and I can open this tailgate without touching that carrier arm. Now, obviously it's a tiny little inconvenience thing, because it doesn't take long to just rip this open like that, and you can open this fully, however you want. But it would be nice if I could have this arm closed and still be able to open the back tailgate. Some bars you can do that. Some bars this sits low enough that you can open the tailgate, the top tailgate, without touching this carrier arm. But this one sits just too high, so you can't do that, which is, a little bit annoying, but really doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things. So apart from those 3 little inconvenient things, this bar is very close to being the perfect rear bar for a 105 Series Landcruiser. Now, if you do want to buy the perfect rear bar, I reckon you can't go past the cruiser company's tow bar rear bar, which is the exact same as this, except that the tow bar is built into the rear bar, which means that you'll get a better departure angle, more ground clearance, and it's actually 10 kilos lighter as well. And I reckon that would be the perfect rear bar for this Landcruiser. Now, the final question that everyone wants to know, is this bar right for you? Well, I would say if you go camping a fair bit, if you love touring, if you love your forward driving, definitely get a cruiser company rear bar, especially the tow bar option if you can afford it. I'd say you can't go past it. It is so strong, looks so sleek, great departure angle, and it's Australian made as well, which is always top of the list for me. But if you're the kind of person who, you know, lives in the city and doesn't get time to go away on camping trips or go full driving, then I'd say you can probably go for a cheaper rear bar. But just remember that you won't get all the strength, you won't get all the good looks, or the great departure angle with a cheaper rear bar. But to everyone else who is out in the tracks and out in the bush camping, I would say you can't go past a Cruiser Company rear bar. If you have any more questions or want to know any more information on this rear bar, just send me an email at our email address and I'll do my best to get back to you. Otherwise, you can also go to the Cruiser Company's website. They'll look after you, they're really good to work with, and they'll answer any questions you have. I'll also say though that I was not paid at all by the Cruiser Company to make this video. This is my own honest review and feedback on this bar. So hopefully it gives you an idea of what it's like owning it and all the good and bad things about it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. But yeah, thanks for watching guys. Cheers, legend.